Good morning. It is Monday, now the 12th of September. We're right about 65 degrees. Beautiful, sunny morning. J.D. Green with you. You got the Aired Out podcast live from the ASB Financial Studios and Fly on the Wall Productions, Main Street, Barrie, right alongside Raylene this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
I have to tell you, this bulletin board that you've done in the window here at the studio, it's fantastic.
Well, it works great, doesn't it?
I really just got a chance to look at it, and it's great for folks that are passing by, that if they're not familiar with the podcast, they don't know what we're talking about, some of the public service announcements and things going on in our community or what have you, they can see it with their own eyes right through the glass.
Absolutely.
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, that's why it's there. And I'm sure that we will add to it all the time.
That's what I was going to say. If there was a problem with it, which I don't think there is, but if there was, I think it would have to be like literally 100 times bigger than what it is. Because
I don't think. A lot of people do those.
Yeah, we'll have to circulate stuff in and out, but I mean, it looks great. I mean, people walking by, they can see everything that's going on.
Yeah.
You got a ton of stuff on there from Washington County Mental Health there.
Well, they have a ton of stuff going on.
I know.
Yeah.
Wellness Wednesdays on there, which starts on the 28th.
Yeah. And then some stuff on the 16th, which is
My Family Gathering Place.
Yes. Where they're going to have a meeting and help connect people with resources.
Sure.
And they're going to feed you. And there's childcare there as well.
Which is amazing. And it's right here on Summer Street.
It is. And all that stuff is posted up as well.
And that's an opportunity for moms and dads to come and just learn about things, extra programs that they may need for their kids, that they have questions about.
And education as far as, IEPs and 501s and 503s and 504s and whatever the 50s
I think it's 504.
Yeah.
It's 504. But it's great stuff. It's great stuff. Good morning, everyone. Hope you had a great weekend. We are live. We're always live. We're never edited. Here we are on North Main Street in Barrie. Linda Belleville on the birthday list today, along with Tracy Lee Brown, Steve Ho, Sonia Therian, or is it Therian? I'm going to go with Therian. Let's see. Oh, Sarah Lunderville on the birthday list.
And one of
today.
my very best friends, Linda Turin.
Is she? Happy
birthday. Birthday, Linda.
Yes. We also have Lori Putnam, Parson Marl. I'm sure I'm butchering some of these. Shane Roya Jr. Good guy. Good guy. Do you know him?
I've met him a couple of times, yes.
Yes. And Lori Kelly, all celebrating birthdays today.
Happy
locally.
Birthday, everyone.
What about the celebrity list? Does it matter to you?
No.
Are you serious? Really? Jennifer Hudson's 41 today. Ben McKenzie, your old boyfriend from high school, is 44.
I don't even know who Ben McKenzie is. Sorry.
Listen, we have a lot to say, a lot to talk about.
It was a crazy weekend. And excuse me if I have to use my phone to have all the news and whatnot in front of me, because it's seriously jam-packed.
It is jam-packed. And let's show people, let's just show people the reality of the impacts of the weekend. Here's the reality right here. Ready? Look at your screen right here. That's the reality.
Yeah.
It kicked my ass.
Teeth, toothpicks in the eyes, and
well, I stayed up late last night too.
I didn't even get to do everything I wanted to do. I really wanted to make it to the Gustos Open yesterday, but I had a little family emergency and had to deal with that, and wasn't able to attend. So that was a little bit disappointing, but understandable. And But I was able to make it out to the Cornerstone on Saturday night for their
Yes.
10-year anniversary, and that was great.
That
and,
looked like a great time.
It was a great time.
God.
And then you were running all over as well. You did the Calcutta, and then you did the fights. And the fights. Whoa, the fights.
Oh.
And a few times we were stepping on each other with our lives, so it was kind of funny. But it would
Yes.
tell me, did you? So we've never run into that before.
Yes.
But it would tell. I wanted to go live, and it said you're already live, bonehead. So I knew that.
I know we've never run into that,
No,
but we were jamming.
we were. And
You were at
so,
the Cornerstone. I was at the Barry
yeah,
Auditorium.
It said, no, you can't do that right now. You're already live.
We there's so much that we have to talk about
Mm-hmm.
this morning. But before we even begin to recap this weekend, I just want to say that yesterday, 9/11, was it was a powerful day. It seemed like yesterday was more powerful with remembrance of the events on 9/11 for some reason than recent years on 9/11. It was just very profound. I went to a BYSA Crimson Tide game. By the way, they kicked the ass of Oxbow 31-13, but that's a whole nother story. They had a wonderful 9/11 memorial tribute before the game, which wasn't, it wasn't like a 10-second moment of silence and zippity-doo-dah-a, we get out of there, we get it done quickly. No, they really carried out quite a moment of remembrance yesterday on the football field over at Oxbow, and I was thoroughly impressed. I really, really was. Last night, and this is part of the reason why I look like shit this morning, is Sherilyn and I stayed up late and watched the National Geographic's 9/11 One Day in America documentary. Have you seen that?
Yes, I have. Actually, I have.
Wow.
Yes, I have. Numbing.
We both of us just could not believe the footage, the raw footage all of it. It's giving me goosebumps right now. I'm telling you, if I don't care who you are, I don't care who you vote for, who you voted for. I don't care what color you are, red, green, blue. You owe it to, you just owe it to yourself.
I agree.
Here we are, more than 20 years in, and the stuff that I saw in this documentary last night, 9/11, One Day in America, which I think was on Hulu. I think it was. It was on Hulu.
I didn't watch it on Hulu. I watched it on just regular TV on the National Geographic's channel.
Okay.
But yeah.
I simply had no idea. You think you do. You think you do. You think you know. But until you watch this, I'm telling you, everybody should see this. Everyone should see this.
I agree. I just sent you something that you needed.
Okay.
But yeah, I totally agree. It was like I said, it was numbing.
Yeah.
It was totally numbing. I also watched a lot of the live stream from the National Guard open house yesterday.
Oh.
And I've posted a couple of clips from that this morning.
Okay.
About the Green Mountain Boys and all they had to do with everything that day, and going in and protecting
Sure.
what remained, and
Yeah.
keeping the fly space safe, and
Unbelievable.
yeah.
Unbelievable.
So
And
I wish I could have gone to that yesterday in person as well. That's something that I really would have
the fact that
liked to do.
the Air National Guard, they had to get up in the air so quickly over the Pentagon that they didn't have the 20 minutes to spare to load up the jets with missiles. So the only way that they could have taken down that plane, was to ram it. Was basically to just fly into it. It was a kamikaze. It would have been a kamikaze mission. It was unbelievable.
Well, it is.
It's unreal.
We posted that as well, and that was nice to watch. And so, if you weren't there and you would like to see bits and pieces of yesterday's events, it is on YouTube.
Yeah,
and it's worth watching.
And I just want to say again, there are several people to thank here in our community, not just the city council and Barrie City government, but also the Barrie Area Veterans Council for doing whatever they needed to do to get this new flag and get it erected over the city in time for September 11th. And they did it, and it's flying above North Main Street here.
Yes. And then our local fire department for displaying the quilt that was specifically made for 9/11 as a tribute. And it's a quilted flag, and lots of students and community members wrote on the patches that are sewn on that flag. And the fire department displayed that. You could walk all around it.
20 years ago.
Yes.
20 years. Should we try to call Stephen Donahue?
We can try.
You think he'll answer?
I don't know. He may be sleeping, for God's sakes. That boy had a hell of a weekend.
What the hell was that all about? My God, Friday night was...
I thought I was going to throw up.
He flipped his car at Thunder Road, and immediately it just was engulfed in flames. And it looked really bad.
It was not nice. There's videos, a video of that posted as well.
So I thought I saw 16,000 views of the video of his car flipping.
Yes.
Friday night.
Yes.
Let's see if we can reach him.
I hope he gets that many views of winning the championship at Groveton yesterday.
I
with a
mean,
broken frickin' hand.
I know.
Yeah.
He's got to be in a little bit of pain. Maybe he's
I would
sleeping.
think. He's
Oh,
broke.
he's right there. Good morning, buddy.
Morning.
Hey, we got you live on Aired Out.
Oh, hey.
Stephen Donahue, what the hell happened, buddy? What's going on? How are you feeling?
I feel good. Just waiting for the doctors to call back to figure out what we're going to do with my hand.
Tell us what happened Friday night. I mean, we've all seen the video. I don't know how many. I just said to Raylene, last I checked, it was like 16,000 views or something crazy like that. But can you break down for us what happened?
Well, we just were racing hard. Obviously, Chris was running for his first win, and we had been kind of not really struggling, but we had lost our speed that we had at the beginning of the year. And we were just running really hard and got made contact, and just things went about as bad as they could have gone for the situation that ended up happening.
Right at the finish line.
Yeah.
My God, buddy. Who got you? Who nudged you?
So as Chris Roberts, he's been running. His dad's raced for many years. He's raced on and off. He moved up to late model, I think, last year. Was his first like full-time year, and he hasn't had he's had a couple podiums, but he's never really been. I don't think he's been that close to a win. He was just running really hard, and I was running hard because as a race car driver, it doesn't matter if it's on the road 50 lap or 100 lapper. A win's a win, and just running hard and just a bad outcome.
There's been a lot of chatter, as expected, on social media, which can be something that can be quite constructive and maybe more often than not destructive. But what's your response to some of the chatter that this was something that was intentional? What do you say about that, Stephen?
I don't know. I try not to pay attention because really, in my eyes, most of the people running their mouths aren't race car drivers, and they haven't been on a racetrack, and they don't know how it is to be in that position.
Right.
And I'm sure I'll talk to Chris at some point. I mean, I don't think it was just hard racing. Maybe get into me a little bit coming out of forward. We touch. Maybe I lift and he nudges me for the win.
Yeah.
But nothing. There's no doubt in my mind that he did that intentionally. There's no way in hell that he would. That would be what he was trying to do for the whole outcome. That was just all like a perfect storm, just all situational.
Just racing hard, and it happened.
Yeah,
and that's what happens sometimes.
Dangerous part of the racing. Every race car driver knows there's a chance that you could end up seriously hurt or dead. It happens all over the country all the time. It's just most race car drivers just block it out and worry about it when it happens.
Mm-hmm.
Do you block that out, or is that something that kind of crosses your mind every time you buckle up?
No, I don't think about it. The way I look at it is like when I race Saturday, I don't worry about something that hasn't happened yet.
Right.
I know
if you did, you wouldn't be able to race.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
My girlfriend was all worried about me wrecking Saturday. She was a wreck on Friday.
Yeah.
And we went out in the first practice and we were just as fast as we had been over there pretty much all year in a different car. So it's just getting right back on the horse more.
You had Uncle Bill's car, right?
Yep.
Have you had a chance to speak with Chris? Has he approached you at all, or have you approached him?
No, I don't. The only way I'd probably be able to get a hold of him would be Facebook, and I don't believe Chris has a Facebook, but I'm sure he'll probably be there Milk Bowl, and if all things go well, I'll try to be there Milk Bowl, but I'll be there either way if I'm racing or not.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure we'll talk, and I'm sure he's gotten enough backlash over the whole social media thing than probably is deserved. So
yeah.
I'm sure I'll run into him at Milk Bowl and maybe even down in town because we live pretty much right in the same town. So I won't see him at some point. Whenever we do, we'll talk and just move on, I guess.
Sure. Kudos to the crews that were there matter of literally seconds, like 3 seconds, 5 seconds. They were on you and had you out of that car, which that would have been so intimidating for me if I was a crew member to approach that car in the state that it was engulfed in flames, and to get you out of there. But they had you out of there standing within seconds, buddy, which is absolutely remarkable. And I know, because you've been on the podcast before, and we've talked about this, that you are not a fan of being buckled into a car that's got flame, any flame, even a tiny little flame.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not my favorite thing. I definitely got lucky with not say lucky, but fortunate to where it happened and when the car stopped, to where they didn't have to race around the track or anything.
Sure.
So that definitely played a big part in it, and they did a great job getting there quick. And honestly, I wouldn't never been in their shoes, but I'm assuming it's definitely not a great feeling running up to a car
When did you?
that's on fire.
No.
How, did you realize instantly that you were upside down, and what did it look like inside your car?
I knew I could see all the sparks flying when I was on my side, and then as soon as it kind of stopped, I tried to get. I think when I broke my hand, I tried to get the wheel so the car wouldn't move. But it just, as soon as it started to roll on its side, I was trying to get things untangled, undone, so I could get out, because I could see in my mirror, I could see the flame roaring pretty good, and it was coming burnt through my window net and coming up in the cockpit. But luckily, had enough time, because I raced with my shield up on my helmet. I was able to get my helmet shield down so my face didn't get burned. It was definitely a little nerve-wracking. I'd never been upside down before, so I didn't really know how to deal with that. I just kind of wiggled my way out. It helps that I'm a fairly skinny guy to get out of that car upside down, because there's not a lot of room in them race cars.
No. And then we go from that to Saturday night and kicking some serious ass. I mean, you were fast.
Yeah, my dad was, they weren't even at the track, Mom and Dad. Dad was working on Bill's car, because he was supposed to race Saturday.
Yeah.
And we got up Saturday morning, and we rescaled the car for me. It's a little bit different. Next week came up and helped double check everything. That wasn't a whole lot of use other than sitting in the car. And we loaded up and went over. Norm came over and put it in his trailer and truck. He towed it over there and went racing again.
So you're up at CVMC with a burned hand and the other one broken. And was it then that you were making the decision that you were going to run the next night at Riverside?
No. Before we were, I don't know if we were at the track or if we were on our way to the hospital in the van. But I told my girlfriend to get a hold of Dad and tell him we're going to have to rescale the car, switch the car around. And I was trying to get a hold of Norm, because I knew the car was all burnt, but I didn't know if the chassis was twisted in Norm's car. So I was trying to find out about that. And it was just, as soon as that car was wrecked, we worked real hard all year at both tracks, but to go win the championship at Groveton. So it was just immediately try to figure out what we got to do to get to the track on Saturday.
While he's in the ambulance, that's what he's figuring out.
While you're, it just baffles me. But a typical Donahue right there, right?
Right.
So did you, was anyone trying to talk you out of running Saturday, Stephen?
No. Luckily we had a big points lead for over there. Built that we were lucky enough to build up in the beginning of the year, because we were really strong. So we had to basically, really all we had to do was go over and start the race and just run a few laps to get some points to kind of lock it up. But Norman mentioned that I didn't have to run the whole race if I didn't want to, because we just kind of had to get a few points to lock it up. And I said, well, we're driving 2.5 hours to New Hampshire, and we got to buy 4 tires, and everyone's buying their way in. I'm not gonna just go over there just to ride around. If I can do it, I want to go over and win. And
right.
Once I got the other thing was shifting, because I couldn't shift with my right hand, so I'd just have to grab the wheel with my knee and then just shift it into high gear and leave it in high gear over there as soon as I got on the track. So.
Jeez, some girl.
Oh my
and you
God.
had the 2 nanas there.
Yep. Yeah,
I saw
called,
the picture.
my other
That's
one.
the best picture I saw all weekend was you with your 2 nanas.
Yeah, I'm sure that at some point here I'll dig up the other one. There's one of, I don't know, I think I was like 10 years old. His dad was always going off racing,
Yep.
where the, there's a picture of me who's like maybe 4 feet tall, if that, and my 2 nanas crouched down next to me, and my little daredevil over there, because
They were your pit crew.
yeah, they pull the car over, and my dad would have the tires just set with air, and I check the air pressure in between practice. But other than that, it would just go race. They'd have someone back the trailer out for him, and we'd go home because
Yeah.
Dad was always gone racing. So I had to Nana pit crew. So I called my mom's mom and had her told her about Saturday. It was just kind of a cool moment because it's all full circle from where I started with them bringing me over there and then being there to watch me win my first late model championship, which was cool.
That was awesome.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing
Yep.
story. So mom and dad weren't trying to talk you out of running on Saturday.
No, like they didn't even know that it happened. They were home in bed when they got a call. They got a call from Queenie Welch first about the wreck because they were asking how I was, and him and his girlfriend Sarah, and then they got a call from Nick and Meredith, letting them know that I was in a wreck and heading to the hospital. So they didn't see the videos or nothing until they pretty much got to the hospital.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank goodness for that. Yeah. Heart
Ra-
attack.
Raylene-
I was having a heart attack. I
Yeah.
know that.
Raylene doesn't have any fingernails left this morning, buddy. There's a few people that don't, but buddy, congratulations. You know, first and foremost, we're glad you're okay.
Mm-hmm.
Win, lose, draw, it doesn't matter. The fact that you are okay after seeing a wreck like that, viewed by so many thousands of Vermonters and beyond Vermont,
Beyond, yeah.
the short track community everywhere was paying attention and watching that. So we're glad that you're okay more than anything, buddy.
Yeah, and thank you for coming on here and talking this morning and being a true class act and not throwing shit towards the other driver and understanding that shit happens when you're racing hard and you
Sure.
just want to win and
Yeah,
and
I
what
know
those wins mean.
Right.
Yeah, especially going for the first late model win at Thunder Road. I know mine unfortunately came at another track, but it doesn't matter. When you're going for that first win, you're going to push harder than you
Yeah.
normally would, and that's just the worst,
Yeah.
not the worst possible outcome, but pretty much the worst possible outcome that could have happened of just
Yep.
the drivers winning.
And he learned. Unfortunately, it was at your expense, but he learned, I'm sure. And I'm sure it scared the shit right out of him, too. So,
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely not. Races get in arguments. They don't like each other, but when it comes down to it, no driver or anybody wants to see someone
no.
seriously hurt or dead from
Yeah.
racing. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, I hope you have a great week.
Congratulations, buddy. We're so proud of you.
Thank you.
All right, Stephen Donahue. I was talking to Dave Moody, I don't know, last week or the week before last, and he remembers when Stephen Donahue was just a little baby, bringing him out on the track in his diaper.
Isn't that crazy?
And now look what he's doing.
I know.
Kicking
Out there
ass.
kicking ass.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Wow. And like I said, no doubt, great that he's got the championship, but first and foremost, the fact that he's okay. And
Yes.
I think you know, I think many Vermonters are like, okay, could give a shit about the championship as long as he's all right.
Oh, absolutely.
You know,
I mean, I would hope.
I'm already looking forward to next season
Yeah,
with Stephen
me too.
Donahue.
And Milk Bowl. I mean,
yeah. Oh my God.
I would love it.
Oh
you
my
know,
God. What a great guy.
He is a great guy.
Anyway, and I hope that we can talk with him again soon.
Me too.
Yeah, this weekend was insane. The Battle in Barrie 8 on Saturday night was just
And I heard
unbelievable.
through the grapevine well, actually right from the horse's mouth, that Michael Booten had a fantastic time. He actually loved it, and he didn't think he would. And you may have somebody like hooked now because he had a great time. He loved it.
Did he really?
He did.
That makes me so happy.
Isn't that awesome?
I
that
love
he, he thought that was just, and he did not, if you remember correctly, he did not think that he was going to.
It was by far the best battle that's been in Barrie.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you, man, that Donnybrook Fight Promotions, Rex Thompson and Brenda and Taylor,
it's a full family effort.
They really know how to do it. Mm-hmm. Best fight of the night by far was Chris Pearl, who just, I mean, if you remember him from the last fight, Battle in Barrie 7, he was just an animal. Training under Lucas John at Granite City MMA, and busted up his foot, something horrible at the very end of the fight, and won just by a smidge last time. Well, he came out into the ring, and I have never seen a fight as good as the one that Chris Pearl was in Saturday night.
Determination. I've heard amazing things.
Yeah, we're trying to reach Lucas John this morning so that he can give some kudos, but he did on Facebook. What a reflection of Lucas and how he trains his fighters at Granite City MMA. It was a brutal fight. The crowd was absolutely electric, and at times, more than once, was instantly on their feet and almost rushing the cage. It was that intense. I mean, really, I've never seen anything like it. It was absolutely mind-boggling to the point where my voice went hoarse almost immediately.
I'm not surprised. Were you screaming, punch him in the face again?
I couldn't even, I couldn't even find words like punch him in the face.
Because
loving,
you were just like,
loving words like that.
Yep.
It was. We were exhausted, just from the amount, just the intensity that was in the Barrie Auditorium. The intensity was.
I heard it was a fantastic night.
It was just, yeah. Maybe we'll try to reach Michael Booten. I don't know if I really believe that
he was on
there.
Vacation all last week, so I'm not sure if he's going to answer. He's probably working today.
Was he really there?
Of course he was there. He posted pictures and everything.
He did?
Yes. You told him to go.
Well, we did, but
I bugged him on the show.
I didn't see him.
Well, probably because he got up on his seat and stayed put. He probably didn't see you either.
Were you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
No, were you there at the Battle in Barrie 8?
No, I got somebody to take pictures for me and video and then
I believe
it. You got somebody in a fat suit and went up and saw Rex.
Oh my God!
That's what happened. And then that person walked around a little bit, and then got some water, and then went up into the balcony and took pictures for me.
All right, you must have paid this person a lot of money.
But wear a fat suit?
Yeah. How?
A fat suit in that auditorium? Yes.
I'm so bummed that I missed you, buddy. I'm so bummed that I missed you.
Yeah, I didn't see you come in, but you're also pretty short, so I might not have seen you over the other people in the.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I understand. That
Exactly.
happens. So the big question, and the $1 million question is, what's the reaction from Michael Booten? How long were you there, and did you stay to the end?
So let me just be clear. When I went there, I really didn't want to go.
It's just
I
not
really
because MMA fighting that's not your thing.
That's not right. And I really did. I honestly really didn't want to go, and I was going solely because I felt obligated to go.
Okay.
But
I love the honesty. I love the honesty.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I told Rex I didn't want to go. When he kind of twisted my arm and used his, martial arts experience to get me to go.
Yeah.
But when I was there and I just went upstairs, grabbed my Yeti chair and sat down on the balcony and just watched it and just figured I was going to check my phone all day long or all night. And I started watching it. It was actually kind of interesting. And I was like, oh, okay. So the next question is would I go again? There's a possibility.
Yeah.
I mean,
we've converted Booten.
No, you haven't. I don't want you to say you've converted me, but I will say that I'm not opposed to going again.
Yeah.
It's
kind of fun, the hype of it all and everything, the whole thing, the whole experience.
There was one thing that I was disappointed with. I was kind of hoping that we would all start singing during the national anthem.
Yes. We did last time.
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Okay. Because that would have been really awesome.
So last time, the DJ was having equipment problems, and he got the music started to play, and then there was nothingness, and so somebody in the crowd, and this is actually my favorite moment ever so far, being at the fights. Somebody in the crowd started to sing, and then we all sang together, and it was it gave me goosebumps that night, and it gives me goosebumps still.
That's awesome.
Mr. Michael Booten, what did you think of the size of the crowd and the energy in that room?
It was pretty good. You could definitely tell when it was going to get a little more like when things were getting tense, people were like really starting to get excited.
Oh yeah.
One of the videos that I took was when they flipped the guy over, and you could just hear the noise. It was like I said, I went in there completely different than the way that I came out.
Yeah.
I mean, in my opinions of it, like the entire time right up until the fight, I was thinking to myself, oh, I cannot believe I got roped into this. I really don't want to be here. And then as it was going, once the lights went down, the atmosphere took over. And then when they were coming out on the stage, or not the stage, but the ring, and, they were starting to fight. It was far, my opinion of it definitely changed.
Wow.
Nice.
Did you stay to the end, the two pro fights at the end?
I wish I did. I had to go at the intermission. I know I really wanted to, but I had to go. And I think the last two fights were probably my favorite that I saw. So the one guy, was it Bigfoot? Is that what they called him?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I
Isn't
don't
this
know.
your gig?
I don't know all the nicknames of all the
I love
fighters.
you, Michael.
This is your gig, and you don't even remember. He was like stomping his feet, and I'm like, why the heck is he stomping his feet?
Oh yes.
And then I think his name is Bigfoot, and that's the reason why. And somebody told me that some of the MMA stuff, they talk trash to each other beforehand.
Yeah.
Which I don't think I saw, or at least I didn't hear.
Yeah.
But the Bigfoot slamming down his feet, I thought was kind of funny.
I know who he's talking about.
Yeah, and one thing I do want to mention is that after at least two of the fights, I saw them go up to each other and hug each other,
Yep.
Oh yeah.
which was actually, and I don't know if I saw it in the third one, but that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, the respect and the sportsmanship is actually incredible, and that's one thing that I took away from it
Sure.
right away is the respect that they have for each other
Yeah.
is enormous.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
can't. I could never try to kill someone and then 5 seconds later give them a hug. Just doesn't happen.
No.
Yeah, no.
But someday when we're not doing the morning show, JD will tell you about the time that he decided to smack a fighter around, thinking he was being funny, and just reporting, and the fighter had a different opinion of
Ooh.
JD's torment.
Oh yes.
Well, wait a minute. Why would you tease that? Why would you tease that on the show and not tell us the truth here? I want to hear
he's
about
told
this.
it before. He's told it before.
I've told the story before, but I mean, basically, it was a very, very bad decision.
And JD got very hurt.
I was in the ER, bro.
Oh, now I feel bad. I'm so sorry. Was it
I had a sprained sternum, and the doctor,
It wasn't an MMA fight, though.
It
Let's
wasn't.
just say that.
It was a amateur wrestling promotions group that was up at the auditorium long time ago. Like, I mean, Froggy was like pretty much brand new. It was
Still makes me laugh just to even think about it.
I think it was like 2000 or 2001.
Wow.
And I'm just goofing around, I'm in character, I'm acting, I'm having fun, and I picked up a metal chair and tried to swing it at this guy's head. And he was giving me a dirty look, but I thought he was also acting too. But he wasn't. I was, but he wasn't. So, and then
So
he
this
was
wasn't one of your like lollipop leagues.
Didn't you
or-
lick your
Yeah,
hand
I
and
licked
slap
my
his
hand,
head?
he was the heavyweight champ, and I got in the ring with him. His name was Pinnacle Paul Lombardi. I'm sure there's folks that remember this. And he was all oiled up and had the Speedo on, and I went in and licked my hand in the ring and smacked him across the face, which I had to get up on my tiptoes to be able to do. This guy was like 6 foot something, and
Oh.
he did not
Definitely not part of the lollipop league
no, and he didn't
or
think it
guild.
was
Is it lollipop guild or league? Which one is it?
guild.
And he did not think JD was funny.
No, not at all. And then I jumped on his back. He turned around, and I ran, and then took a leap. I leapt and got him in a headlock. The only way I could hold on, he had so much oil on it. He had baby oil all over him. The only way I could hold on was to get him in a headlock behind, and I had my legs wrapped around by his belly button, because that was the only way I could hold on. So it was kind of like piggyback. And he was pissed. And
we can't imagine why. If you wrapped your legs around me, you wouldn't be able to.
he ran backwards.
Stubby legs, big body, not going to happen.
He put me right into the turnbuckle. So I got sandwiched in the turnbuckle between him and the turnbuckle. And he was, a couple 100 pounds heavier than I was. And it knocked the wind right out of me. I dropped like a big bag of shit right to the canvas and was and couldn't breathe at all. The next thing you know, I'm getting carted out of there to the CVMC. But,
So JD, tell me, did you learn something from this experience?
Oh yes, I did.
Don't lick your hand and slap big boys.
Yeah. You know, I'm not going to lie to you. I would not have done that even in a joking manner.
Well, the whole metal chair thing, I thought when I swung the chair at him, I thought he was on board. I thought he knew that I was just playing and having fun,
Man, you don't swing chairs at people unless you want to get beat. And obviously you did, and you did.
I swung a metal chair at Lucas John on Friday night, and he thought it was hysterical. You never know. You need.
That's because he would kick your ass too, though.
You just need to know who you're swinging a metal chair
And you
at.
also had learned that was as far as you were going to push it. You weren't going to lick your hand and slap Lucas.
No. Yeah,
No.
Wouldn't do that.
No.
I'm not going to lie to you. If you licked your hand and slapped me, I would probably deck you as well. Nasty little nasty.
Oh God.
Anyway, I'm glad that I'm glad you were there, buddy. I really am.
Yeah, it was like I said, it was very interesting. I messaged Rich Morey, who used to be on the Barry Beat all the time.
Yes.
And he was actually watching an MMA fight at home, which I kind of now wish that I had taken Rex up on the offer to have two people, and I would have worked to get Rich down there as well.
Yeah,
trying to lure him back into the Barry.
Tell
Beat.
Rich
so
he needs to.
Rich,
he needs to see the light. He needs to see the light.
He does. You got to tell him to come back on.
Yeah,
we just
will.
As a side. I mean, completely off topic. We have Alice Farrell on tonight, Paul White, and Michael Deering.
Ooh, that'll be nice.
So, yeah, we have a pretty packed show. Not really packed, but you know what I mean.
Well, tell Michael Deering that I haven't seen him in a long time, and I'm starting to forget what he looks like, which maybe is a good thing. I don't know.
Do I make the joke, Raylene? Do I make the joke?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Well, you guys can't see over the crowd, and
here we go.
It's like eye level for you too. It's really great.
I'm gonna swing a metal chair at Michael Booten.
All right, I dare you.
You might want to.
Yeah.
You might want to. It'll bounce off me because of my rotund abilities.
Don't let his gentle voice fool you. The man, this man right here, Michael Booten.
It's like Godzilla if he needs
He's a savage. His primal instinct is this. All the Dungeons and Dragons. I mean, this guy's he's a sword swinging crazed animal.
Yeah.
Believe me, I can be very vindictive and vicious. There's no doubt about that.
I'll make sure I don't.
To lie.
I won't swing a chair at you, buddy. I won't. Jeez. I mean, listen to this guy.
I know.
Jeez. Anyway.
So we got to get to some local stuff.
Yeah.
Or who are you calling now? Are you calling somebody else?
I am. I am going to call someone.
You're going to try. While you're doing that, I posted it this morning, and I've reached out to a couple of people.
Okay.
But a local family needs our help. That we got a message from Donna Patton, and she said her husband has stage 3 lung cancer, and he also has serious spine issues, which include pinched spinal cord, among other spine issues. His mobility is to the point that he needs a ramp to get in and out of the house. BCIL, along with Habitat for Humanities, is going to get a ramp installed on October 1st and 2nd. But as with other Habitat for Humanity work, we need volunteers to help them. Could you please get the word out that we need volunteers for those days? And she tells where she lives and her phone number, and we have shared that. She reached out to us to see if we could help her get that word out that they need some help on those 2 days to get a ramp put into her house. And I said, absolutely, we will make sure to get that word out for you.
This is why
we do what we do.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to get that, sadly, anymore on local radio.
Mm-mm.
This is why I love what we do. This is why I love podcasting.
Mm-hmm.
And
we did that for free.
Yeah.
Because that's our duty as a community member to do that.
Sure. I love it.
Yes.
It's already on our page.
It is already on our page.
All right. I don't know if he's gonna answer. Lucas John, from Granite City MMA, who is.
Hello.
I know you're working. I know you're busy. I also know you're on top of the freaking world this morning, buddy.
Hey, what's going on?
Man, tell us about Chris Peralt, this savage beast that has been training under you now for a long time. The last time, Battle in Barrie 7, he won by the skin of his chinny chin chin and came away with a messed up foot, and it was the crowd was on fire. And then he topped that Saturday night at the Barrie Auditorium. He did it again, man.
So yeah, Chris fought one of Glover Teixeira's, he fought Glover Teixeira's number 170 amateur prospect. So Glover Teixeira is a former UFC champion, still signed to the UFC. He actually lost his title in his last fight. Glover's arguably one of the best 205ers in the world. So we knew we were fighting somebody out of Glover's camp, so we were taking it very seriously. We did not, however, know that Glover was going to show up to corner/coach across from me and coach his opponent. So that was an added element to the mental structure of Chris. He didn't let that get to him. Chris is an outstanding human being. His parents did a fucking fantastic job with him. Very respectful, has a sense of humor. Work ethic is second to none. Listening abilities second to none. Respectful. I cannot say enough good things about him. His brother Johnny also trains with me, and he's just as much of a superstar as Chris.
This guy shows up for every practice with you
So
guys.
listen, I got a hold of him after the fights. This kid was just in a 5-round war with one of the best 170ers on the East Coast. I got a hold of him Sunday, like a coach does. Hey man, how you feeling today? How you doing? His comment or his reply to me was, I'm a little stiff, I'm a little sore, but I'll be more than ready to go for practice Monday, coach. That was his reply to me. Like,
Wow.
What in the actual fuck, man? Seriously.
Dude, I'd be taking 3 weeks off. I'd be sitting my ass on a sandy beach in the Caribbean.
Yeah, no doubt. So Chris fought adversity through this that people don't know about. Chris is a wrestler. Chris has a lot of wrestling experience. And if you notice, we really didn't wrestle much of this fight. So we knew that this guy had stellar takedown defense. We knew he was really good at getting back up. And we knew that this was potentially going to be a striking match. So a lot of people get under the assumption that because I produce jiu-jitsu killers, that's all I'm good at. They forget that I'm actually a Thai boxer before a jiu-jitsu practitioner. So when I started out Muay Thai kickboxing. So
Nice.
my Muay Thai kickboxing, experience far exceeds my Brazilian jiu-jitsu experience. So
Wow.
we spent a lot of this camp working his stand-up. And from a kid who, his striking was absolute fucking garbage 8 months ago. So to have somebody display that type of beautiful striking in that short amount of time is just a testament to how much the kid pays attention.
It's a testament to you, Lucas, not just Granite City MMA, but you personally, man. And I said this to you Saturday night, that this is a reflection of you. This is a product of you. I understand.
No, man, this is a reflection off my striking coach, Chris Ballard. It's a reflection off, Mike Desrosier, Tom DeBlas, Henzo Gracie. This is not me. I am simply a fucking avenue in which, information got channeled through. I'm a channel to deliver information. Like, this isn't about me. This is about Chris, man. This is his day.
But
This
bro,
is his time.
I got to tell you, in watching the fight, which was by far the most electric fight of the night,
I agree.
The crowd just jumping to their feet and
was that not pandemonium in there?
I mean, I don't know if you could see in your peripheral, but the crowd was almost rushing the cage.
I could feel the crowd. I couldn't see it. I was very wrapped up in Chris's fight, as you can tell. But no, I could feel the crowd. You could definitely feel the crowd.
Rex Thompson looked literally like he had seen a ghost. I mean, all anybody could say was wow. And to see you, to witness you instructing him during the fight with your mouth literally going through the cage, shouting stuff to him, and to see your body, your upper torso just like thrusting with as much energy as you could with what you were calling out to him was amazing.
It takes its toll on your body. For the last 3 fights of the night, I sat in a chair, bunched up in a ball, wondering if I was going to shit my pants or throw up. Like, just the emotional roller coaster of having one of your guys fight in a 5-round war like that. It adds 10 fucking years to your life. It's just...
Tell us about, tell us about his hardware.
So he's got a 170-pound title now. So he is the Vermont welterweight champion.
Nice.
Well-deserved. The kid's a stud. The kid is a fucking stud. He's just, I could go on all day about just, there's not enough nice things to say about the kid. Like,
yeah,
there just isn't. You can't talk good enough about him. No matter what I say isn't going to do him justice. So if I was blessed, just like I always say when I come on to your podcast, that I am blessed with the people that walk in my gym. I'm truly a blessed human being.
Yeah.
And I understand that. That's why I said it's not me, man. It's the whole gym. It's everybody. It's everything. It's everything combined. It's everybody.
Yeah.
It's not just me. Yes, I lead the dance. Yes, I own the gym. Yes, that everybody likes to put that on me, but it's not just me, man. It's everybody. It's a collaboration. Without Ed there to put body on this kid, there's no way he would have performed the way he did. I can't do it. I'm not big enough. I'm not strong enough, and I'm too fucking old now. I can't do 15 rounds with Chris Perot. It'll kill me. I can't do it. I don't have it anymore.
Wow.
But these guys can. These young guys, uppercut. I'll throw a few rounds in with him and work some technique and beat him up for a round or two. But other than that, I'm done. I'm wasted. You know what I mean? I just don't have it anymore.
More people need to get up to Granite City MMA, walk through those doors, and step into a different planet and see what it is that you're doing up there, because it's
even if you don't do mixed martial arts, you should get into jiu-jitsu, man. Jiu-jitsu is just, it's a therapy art. Like, when you're on the mat getting your arm broken or potentially choked and strangled unconscious, like, nothing else matters to you at that point. Your drama at home doesn't matter. Your drama at work doesn't matter. The only thing that you're faced with at that point is, if I don't get out of this, I'm going to fucking either have to tap out or my arm's going to break. Or if I don't get out of this, I'm going to get strangled unconscious. So when you deal with those problems on the mat and then you go to work and some little problem comes up at work, you're like, well, at least I'm not getting fucking strangled unconscious. It just, it makes everything else in your life seem minute. Shit doesn't matter. And
puts it in perspective.
People, you can go home. Like, I hate TV. I despise watching TV. And everybody thinks that I am a fucking weirdo because I don't like TV. I don't like sitting down and watching a football game. But I could spend 4 hours of my Thursday night sitting on the couch, drinking a beer, watching football, becoming like the rest of these fat, fucking useless people in the world that don't want to make anything to themselves. Or I can go in a jiu-jitsu studio and better all 30 of the lives that are on my mat while bettering my life, while securing my financial stability for my family.
Sure.
Why would I watch TV? You explain to me why the fuck my brain would go watch TV at that point.
Understand? Well said.
I wouldn't. So I choose to take this road. I don't have time to watch TV. I'm either at work or I'm at the gym.
What if I were to come over to your house, have a couple of beers, and sit down and watch some MMA? Would you do that?
If we are watching the fights, I will watch the fights. Yes, I absolutely will watch the fights. And once in a while, I'll watch a movie with my daughter. A Disney flick or something like that. But like regular television programming, miss me with that. I have no interest. I despise TV.
What do you say to people listening right now that have not been into your gym, that are curious about what it is that you're saying about bettering your mind and your body over at Granite City MMA?
The only two things holding you back at this point are fear and common sense, and you should use your common sense to better your lifestyle. If you've never done it, come check it out. If it's not for you, cool. Don't do it. You don't have to do it, but check it out. If you've thought about checking it out, come check it out. You don't have to be a fighter. I have casual people in there that are just there to lose some weight and learn how to use their body. And my fighters, they know that about people. They're not going to try to kill, the 40-year-old bank teller that wants to go into work tomorrow morning. They're not going to try to kill him. That's not why he's there. That's not why they're there. And there's a clear understanding. If you're, and we have those conversations. Hey, if you're competing in the competition, I want you rolling with these people, and I want you going over X, Y, Z. If not, do whatever you want.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I have no expectations of people unless you ask me to. If you come to me and say, I want to lose weight, then my goal is to have you lose weight. I don't give a shit how many reps you do. I don't care how often you're there. That's your decision. If you come to me and say, I want to fight and rep your gym, then I do care how long you're there. I do care how often you're there. But if you're there for you, then you're there for you. Come once a month. I don't care. Just better your fucking life.
Yeah. Love you, pal.
You too, my man.
Over now.
Have a great day, Lucas.
See you, peeps.
What a great guy. Love having him on. We should think about sneaking him in here in the next month or two.
Yeah, busy guy.
Yeah, and says it just like it is. Says it just like it is.
That he does.
Who is this person driving the wrong way on the interstate?
Well, we don't know. Well, maybe it's been released since we started the show. We don't know who of the three was driving the wrong way. We just know that it happened, and it was on I-89 North and in Milton.
When did this happen?
Last night, just after 11, I believe. Yeah. So they were all three hospitalized. And
drinking, drugs?
We don't know. They have not said that yet either, as of when I left to come here this morning. So things change. As we'll keep looking and keep up to date with that. There is also someone, and I hate that I have to switch, but I can't read this article as...
Yes. This is the new Facebook.
Yeah. I tell you.
Which Raylene has said, gosh, golly, gee, darn it, many times.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Gosh, golly, gee, darn it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Huntington, Vermont, the Warden Service is investigating a hunting-related shooting incident from Main Road in Huntington. Game wardens say it happened on Saturday on a private land. Officials say the victim was walking to a tree stand in a wooded area when he was shot in the abdomen by another hunter. That says he mistook the hunter for a bear. And so we have that. And then what else have we posted? Central Vermont Commerce is doing a 50-50 raffle with the Family Center of Washington County.
Oh.
We've posted that. That's coming right up. The drawing is September 22nd. And that ties in with the AGC Vermont Burgers and Brews event.
Associated General Contractors of Vermont.
And so all of that ties together. The Elks is looking for people to get behind and support a fundraiser poker run for Marcus.
Okay.
We all know Marcus and love him. And
Bisson.
Boy, that's family needs all the support they can. They got 2 kids, not just Marcus. They have another child that is struggling as well with some medical troubles. And then it is National Truck Drivers Appreciation Week this week. And so we, celebrate
awesome.
them.
Yes.
Thank them. Beep at them.
Very much.
We have a nice little post and thanking our favorite truck drivers, Drew's Trucking, and for all that they do to add to the driving population.
Yes, they do.
With their school.
Yeah.
So we have that going on.
279-3325 if you want to reserve your spot for the next CDL class that they're teaching over there.
You get in there before winter. And then just because we have a nice post that because I was thinking of mapping out my own foliage, where I want to go this year, what I want to see. There's always a trip to Harvey's Lake. That's my favorite place to go. I love that place. But the 7 covered bridges that maybe I posted them. Maybe you could map your foliage tour and visit those as well. So we posted that.
Nice.
Maybe it could be a fall tour for you, And then MasterCard and Visa roll out and will adopt new sales codes for gun purchases.
Oh, yes.
And, man, that has put some ripples.
Oh, sure it has. I saw that thing.
All over.
I saw what you posted over the weekend about the debit card scam and read that. Holy crap, man. There's some new scams going up. But, yeah, that's a big story right there.
Yes. So that is so. They are tracking gun sales. MasterCard and Visa has but the debit card scam, please read through that. That is quite frightening, and
sure
really can't be detected very easily. It's if they ask for your PIN, I guess that's how you know that. But they really somehow know all of the information, and some are questioning whether they know all of this from recent breaches.
And, right. And nobody should be calling you. You should be calling them for the credit cards. If they're calling you, it's probably a scam.
Right. So, well, this is the fraud department. And so the problem with that is that I have fraud alerts set up on my account. I have stuff on, set up on my account. So if there is something over a certain dollar amount or something coming from another state, I get a call or a text.
Right.
And this person got a text first that said there was a problem. There was a fraudulent activity with your debit card, and it gives you the 800 number. And then that will be calling you, and the 800 number calls, and it matches the phone number right on the back of your debit card.
Yes.
And so something that was very easy to fall for. And so be careful. Read about that.
Ton of scams out there.
A ton of scams. And then we did the weekly road construction report from the Agency of Transportation. So
there's a ton of it.
There is.
If you're on a motorcycle, slow the hell down. Be careful. Jesus.
If you want to know locations to avoid, where a job stands, whether they're wrapping it up or where they stand with that, just check it out. It's a really cool thing that they put out every single week, so you can know exactly where people are going to be.
I'm choking over here, but I want Rex. Are you there?
I am here, my man. Can you hear me?
We're good, buddy. I'm hacking over here, but man, we just said, I don't know if you're listening this morning. We just had Lucas on, but Raylene and I were just saying, what an amazing event that Donnybrook Fight Promotions puts on and has for so many years now. And last night was once again, every time there's a battle in Barrie, it's better than the last one. I don't know how you're doing it, brother, but it was unbelievable.
You know who's messaging me this morning?
Who's that?
A guy that told me he would never be interested in watching fighting, blah, 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 blah. And now he's sending me messages this morning talking about going to the next event. Michael Booten.
We just had Michael. Michael, you need to go back and watch this podcast because Michael Booten was on the air with us. Lucas was on the air with us. Of course, talking about Chris Pearl. But I know Booten I'm telling you, Booten's going to be possibly over at Granite City MMA one of these days.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, he said that he felt obligated to go, but once he got in there, he just loved it.
Yes. Yeah, that's the message he sent me this morning. That's great to hear. And I try to convince people, I tell them every single time, I'm like, yo, just go to one.
Yeah.
Just come to one, man.
Right. Yeah.
And here I am. I'm sitting in the Barrie Auditorium, minding my own business, and who comes strolling through but UFC fighter Glover Teixeira in little old Barrie, Vermont.
We talked about Glover this morning. Lucas was just on, didn't know that Glover was going to be running the corner there with his fighter, and that was a highlight for Lucas, just to be doing that at the same time with Glover.
Yeah, Glover pulled me down to the side and talked to me and my family. He told us, it was a huge honor to have him pull me to the side because he's been to so many promotions to include, UFC, ONE FC, all of these places. And to have him pull me to the side and tell me that we had one of the best promotions he's ever been to, and he continually wants to have his fighters on our show.
Wow.
That was crazy to me to hear that. That was such an honor to hear that from that man.
What did Glover think of Chris Pearl?
So I'll tell you exactly what he said to me. He goes, and I'm gonna do it in my best Glover voice because Glover is Portuguese. So he says to me, he goes, I don't know what it is with your guy. He said we tried to run his gas tank down. So 5th round, we expect his gas tank to be empty, but he had a never-ending gas tank. What the hell is wrong with that guy? He was so impressed,
buddy. That was
for all, and I was so impressed with their team. Kenyon Moore is one of the toughest 170-pound fighters. He has never been dropped before.
Chris had to work, and we chatted with him a little bit afterwards, but he had to work very hard, very, very hard. He didn't let anything get to him. But the last 2 fights, Battle in Barrie 7 and 8, Chris, man, he just literally gave every single ounce of energy that he had, everything.
Absolutely. Now, I'm telling you right now, the 170-pound weight class, you better watch out. I know. This guy is not undefeated for no reason. It's not because he's going out and picking bums to fight with.
Sure. Yeah.
He's fighting legit top 5, top 10 guys to earn his keep.
Well, you know what? I'd love to run over there and see him over at Granite City MMA and maybe get a few words from him over there because, we were just chatting with Lucas on the air, and he's like, Chris said on Sunday, I'll see you at practice Monday.
Yeah, he's at work today. I don't know if you know this, but Chris works for me.
Ooh.
And he was at 6:30 this morning, same message. Hey, where do you want me today, boss?
Ooh.
He never skips a beat. I wish I was in my 20s again.
Yeah. Yeah. Buddy, you look like you are. You look great, man. And I got to tell you, it was just one hell of a night. We got home. We were just exhausted from the amount of energy in that room. I mean, did you see the crowd almost rushed the cage during Peralt's fight?
I know. That was just absolutely wild. absolutely wild. And now for the next show, well, I'm not going to say. I can't announce it, but the tables are going on sale this week, and we're going to announce. I'm going to come on your show. I'm going to go on all the calls, and we're going to announce what the main event is for this next show.
Please do break it here, would you?
Absolutely, of course.
All right.
You're my man.
And if you don't, I'm going to break your arm in a arm wrestling match. Love you, pal.
I love you too, man.
Talk to you soon. Rex Thompson, Donnybrook Fight Promotions. By the way, before we forget, we have to give a congratulations to Rebecca Trower and Kim Crowell, the $5,000 winners from the Calcutta Saturday night, Central Vermont Chamber of Commerce. Oh boy, I'll tell you, Native Tongue, man, they just sound so good. They performed there. Eric Michaels was the MC, which was a hoot. But it was just great to be there. And they do such a great job. And the silent auction, I mean, just everything was just fantastic. I can't believe they've been doing it 39 years. But the Calcutta was a huge success Saturday night at the Waterbury American Legion. So kudos to Tanya, and Kelly, and Kevin, and Jeanette, the whole staff up there at the
crew over there,
Chamber of Commerce.
And like I said before, I was at the Cornerstone, which was also pretty amazing. Very, very big crowd there.
I saw the video of Rich playing the cajon.
Yes, so he played and it was his friend Brian Cairns that was there from Cape Cod. When he sang Roy Orbison, I blew me away.
Yeah,
he sounded just like him.
He's got that high pitch.
It was amazing.
High pitched voice.
No, he could sing anything.
Really,
and. He was like he did the range of stuff he did was incredible, and
are there any albums out or recordings or anything?
Oh, yes. So we'll listen to him after. I'll let you listen to some stuff that he's done.
Okay.
But he was just incredible, and then Rich's son Caden had his debut and did 4 songs and one with his dad. It was a really good night. The atmosphere was great. I saw Chris and Lisa Wright were there, and many other people, of course, that I knew. Tom Lozon and Karen were there. They were in the back room. They were already there for a birthday party, but they all stayed and hung out and listened to the music. And it was just a good night. It was really good energy, and of course, the margaritas were amazing.
Sherilyn said to me she was watching some of the video that you were shooting, and she's like, wait a second, Cornerstone? It's been around for 10 years? That's impossible. I'm like, no, believe
Isn't that
it.
awesome?
I mean, it was a fast 10 years.
It was a fast 10 years. And in the last 3 years through COVID, I mean, they've really been kicking some ass. When everybody had to shut down, they started doing those meals.
Yeah. Everyone eats.
Everyone eats. And they just surpassed their 1,000th meal, I believe it was, for the Everyone Eats. And,
amazing.
Good stuff. Really good stuff.
So Rich is a pretty good singer?
Well, he didn't. Well, he was singing, but not, He was just playing.
Did he have a mic?
He did not have a mic. But his son is a great singer. Caden really, that boy has a really good voice.
Yeah.
And to get up there and, no pressure. I'm in Dad's restaurant. I mean,
right.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
They're like, all right, don't screw up now. It would be your thought. And he just... Yeah.
Now McSheffrey's got he's got a seat on the governor's task force for community efforts.
We're going to get him in here again
community
soon
action
so
team.
that he can
Everyone Eats program.
or we're going to go up there, one or the other, but we're going to talk to him soon about all of the stuff that he's involved in.
Yeah.
We are really fortunate that way. A lot of people that we are that we work with are totally community oriented as well. They're all about doing stuff right here.
Yeah. And Rich is front and center on that.
He's one of them as well.
Great
Yes,
guy.
he is.
Don't forget $5 burger night tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
Cornerstone. Sink your teeth into burger any way you want it cooked. You get the fries.
$5 plus tax.
Grab a fuego margarita from award-winning
Or a grapefruit one.
Bartender Mike.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that he's award-winning. I'm just
And my
creating that
waitress,
rumor.
and Gabby, she was hosting and waitressing. I mean, everybody was helping and just running, and it was a great night. I had to be extra special to her. One, because I know her and I just adore her.
Yeah.
But two, because I occupied her table all night. Because I sat where I could film.
Sure.
And so I had to be extra special to her.
Sure.
Because I was, here's this asshole sitting at this high top all by herself.
Right.
So that I can be on air and taking up her tips. So I had to be extra good to her.
Listen, this week on Aired Out, and we'll wrap up here, but this week we're going to be giving updates on Mr. Skunk that is living underneath my the floor of my barn. We're going to have some fun with that. If I don't kill him, if I don't get a shot in on his head between now and the next time.
You should call pest control. I'm just saying, let them deal with it.
No, I should call my 22 is what I should call.
Yeah, but then it's going to spray in your barn, and
Not
it's
if you
going
get
to
it in the
stink
head.
for forever.
Not if you get it in the head.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't bank on that, babe.
Listen, you need to go and have yourself a pumpkin latte. Stop fooling around with this.
No,
regular
thank
shit.
you. No,
Go
thank
get
you.
a pumpkin latte.
No, nothing.
Why?
Pumpkin.
Why? But why?
No pumpkin muffins, no pumpkin donuts, no pumpkin pie, no pumpkin, no pumpkin, no pumpkin.
What the hell's the matter with you? Why?
I put pumpkin seeds in my granola.
But no pumpkin latte?
No.
A little spice in there?
No. Ugh. Just a thought.
Have a great day, everybody. And thanks for catching the Aired Out podcast, live from the ASB Financial Studios and Fly on the Wall Productions, Main Street, Barrie, Vermont.